name is Anthony Scibilia, and I'm coming to you from New York City. I'm delighted to have been invited to participate in this 2020 Janmashtami Festival, ISKCON Bangalore. So I just wanted to begin by extending my heartfelt thanks to the organizers of the festival, and a very special thanks to my friend Sadhanana Dasa, who is the Hindu chaplain at MIT in Boston and Cambridge, Massachusetts. Amongst other things, I do teach at the Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts, and I also wanted to extend a thanks not just on my own personal behalf, but on behalf of the college as well, the liberal arts department, but also the whole college at Berklee, for the opportunity to take part in this lovely celebration. So, as a contributor, I've been invited to say a few words. And I suppose one of the things that I'm most compelled to share right now, a little bit about Krishna, and a little bit about the situation in the world. We're all very aware this situation with the pandemic that has happened has exercised its effect on just about everybody across the planet in some unique way. And I suppose that one of the things that comes to me from the life of Krishna connects to this in some way, and that is from one of the Leelas of Krishna, the story in which Krishna is playing with his friends, the sons of the cowherds, as I recall, and at some point he picks up dirt and eats it. And one or some of the boys tells Krishna's mother that he has eaten dirt. And so she calls him in, and she's upset with Krishna, and why have you eaten dirt? And he's, no, I didn't. And so she asks him to open his mouth. And when he does, his mother is astounded to see the entire universe, the stars, the sun, the planets, all of creation in Krishna's mouth. I'm presuming that most people, many people in attendance at this festival are well aware of Leela, but for anybody tuning in who is not, maybe especially for a Western audience, Leela, sometimes spelled L-I-L-A or L-E-E-L-A, is this idea of divine play. And I think that of so many of the figures in the Hindu pantheon, Krishna is really one who embodies this idea of play. He's so associated with music, beauty, and he's known, especially when he was young, for these sort of, for being a kind of rascal with these little, sometimes he would play little pranks on people, things like this. But this concept of Leela goes much deeper, and I think it's something that could be of real support to the world right now. the divine play is such a beautiful, beautiful way of knowing and being. Because in this, there's an acceptance that everything is part of the divine, you see. Dirt. Krishna eats dirt. This is potentially seen as something, oh, one shouldn't do that. Literally dirty, right? Something that is coming from below. And yet when he opens his mouth, a kind of miraculous transformation occurs. And at a time when we are navigating through this global pandemic, I think it's an incredibly inspiring story, and also a way of having an outlook that is not just looking at things and saying, this can be nothing but bad, right? It's even more than a silver lining. It's even more than looking for a silver lining. What's happening here is that we understand, it's almost as if when you have the lotus flower and you have the fragrance of the lotus, you can't have either of these things without the mud in which the lotus was growing. And sometimes we get accustomed to wanting to just look up or just interpret as good those things that appear to us in our very narrow view somehow pretty, somehow acceptable, somehow elevated. But if it wasn't for the very earth beneath our feet, we would have nothing to stand on. And so I think of this quite a lot. And I have heard that when shamans from around the world were asked about this pandemic, they were more or less unanimous in their evaluation of what was happening. It's that on some level, people have lost touch with the earth. There's something out of balance, something out of harmony with the earth and with ourselves. And so this Krishna Lila is a wonderful story for me of a kind of, sometimes words are used like alchemy, transformation, right? Re-seeing things, understanding that in our human experience, in order to have heaven, you also have earth. And that maybe, going back to the image of the lotus flower itself is the thing that connects heaven and earth. And in that sense, too, we are the ones that can be that connection between heaven and earth. And one of the most wonderful ways of doing this is through music. Harmonization. You know? If we can look past judgment to harmonization, such an important thing in our time. What I would like to see more than anything else, and I think something that this pandemic has done for us, is to allow us to realize that we, as human beings, are one family. As much as we tend to align ourselves with identifications of color, creed, nation, city, favorite sports team, whatever it might be, tastes, preferences, all of these things that our personalities decide make us who we are. There is something much larger that is being given to us here as a gift, and it is that we are one human family. And so I would like to, I'm honored to offer tone as a way of, music is one of those essential keys to harmonizing. Before sharing a little bit of musical tone with you, I'd like to just share a poem that was written by Ralph Waldo Emerson in the 19th century, as I think it really does speak to this this Leela of Krishna in a way, and a little bit of what I've been maybe sharing or suggesting. The title of the poem is Music. Let me go where'er I will. I hear a sky-born music still. It sounds from all things old. It sounds from all things young. From all that's fair, from all that's foul, peals out a cheerful song. It is not only in the rose, it is not only in the bird, not only where the rainbow glows, nor in the song of woman heard, but in the darkest, meanest things. There always, always music sings. 'Tis not in the high stars alone, nor in the cup of budding flowers, nor in the redbreast's mellow tone, nor in the bough that smiles and showers, but in the mud and scum of things. There, alway, alway, something sings. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Blessings.